Hey, what is going on, guys? We are back for some more patch notes. 3.18, which is going to be live next Tuesday, which is Tuesday the 27th. We've got some new skins. We've got a new Najjar skin, little flame dude. He actually looks like a guy, which is refreshing because a lot of his other skins just look like he's female or somewhat close to it, which is kind of weird. We've got a new Ash Ketchum fucking Pokemon skin for Erlang Shang. It's a bit weird. The Pokemon hype has sort of dropped a little bit, so I don't know.
How triggered are you right now?
How triggered are you right now? So a bit of an annoying fucking line from him, but he can't base his whole voice back off one line, so who knows. Erlang Shang?
I'm all about the fair treatment of animals. I have the koala-fications.
Okay, well that's fucking interesting. It doesn't really sound any different. New Alcon skin. I really like the idea of this. I just don't really like the colours. It looks so similar to his original skin. And I think he's got so many fucking skins that look so similar to his original. Now he's got 3 skins that all look identical. The only thing I would say is the dragon is fucking dope. And some of these little cogs and shit look wicked, but it's just not different enough for me. The voice pack doesn't work, unfortunately. I've tried it a few times now. We've got some new god cards for his mastery skins, for Alcorn's mastery skins. That's pretty dope. I'm going to go through this one pretty quick, guys. Achievements, pause them if you want to see. Yeah, I just want to get through it, really, because it's not really the greatest patch notes in the world. You'll see why. So yeah, Odyssey, Alan Shang skin, Clockwork Knight for Alquan, Smite, Lightning Bolt, global emote. So I think instead of sort of leaving your character's head and heading towards the sky, this one's probably going to come from the sky and smack you in the head. So I think that'll be a cool little change, and I think it will look pretty cool, so I'm going to try and get that. The Chinese recall effect. Now this is a totally new thing and actually pretty cool, which I think basically means when you recall back to base, and you press B to recall, you can equip this, and I'm sure there will be other pantheons released as well, Indian and Hindu and Mayan and Roman, all the other ones. And it basically just sort of like it's going to create a little effect around your character while you're back in. So I think that'll look really, really cool. Hydra's Laminate. This did not need buffing. It was 30 power was enough, 40 power is way too much. It's now got an additional passive. I think that's a really cool passive actually. It increases your MP5 by 2.5 per 10% of your missing maximum mana. So that basically means that the lower mana you get, the more MP5 you get. So I think that's really nice. Maybe it'll stop people from, or maybe not stop, but maybe it'll sort of help assassins deal with their early game mana issues without having to buy Transcendence. Because that's really the best way you can deal with it at the moment. So that's pretty cool. But the power increase wasn't needed. It's just going to make Loki more aids than he already was. Like no one likes Loki. Like maybe, oh, that's not fair. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that do like Loki, but you've got to understand that Loki is really, really unbalanced at the moment and has been forever. I've been playing this game since late last year, and I've never seen a point where Loki hasn't been like ridiculously strong. So yeah, this item wasn't needed. It didn't need a buff, but it got a buff anyway. So GG low res. We got 5 power off of the reinforced group, which is really good because they were fucking OP as shit. The health has been split in half, which is great. The crowd control reduction was insanely high. That's now 20%, which is good. And now when you get a stack by getting hit by a basic or an ability, you don't get 5 protections on each, you get 3 protections on each, and they stack to 6 instead of 5, so that means it's going to take you a little bit longer to get out there, and when you get out there, you're only going to have 18 of each stack protection, which I think is still really fucking OP, but it's better than 25, which is what it used to be. So that's good. They've done exactly the same thing with Reinforced Greaves, except they haven't had any sort of power drop, so the power is still going to be the same as it was before. Void Shield was a totally balanced item, in my opinion. It was fine. It was. I think it was good. I used to pick it up on some warriors. I don't think it was picked up that often because it wasn't OP, and there is other items out there that are really, really strong. But for some reason they thought it was OP, which is ridiculous, but whatever. So they've increased the cost by 100, so now it's 2,700. So if you are playing a warrior that gets fuck all money because you don't really get many kills, then it's going to take you even longer to get this item. 2,700, one of the most expensive fucking protection items in the game. Like, that is so fucking expensive. I don't know why they done that. I really don't know. Maybe fucking, I don't know, maybe they're smoking crack down at low res, who knows. And they've also reduced the physical shred as well down to 40. I think 50 might have been a little bit high, so maybe 40 is sort of going to be slightly more balanced. I actually think 50 was fine. But yeah, combined with the extra cost, Void Shield's now dead, guys. Bye bye, Void Shield. Bye bye. No one's going to be picking that up anymore. Witch's Blade, they increased this to 60 physical protection. They realised that was a little bit too high and they're dropping it down to 50. That's fine, I think that's good. Agni's Flame Wave now persists for an extra 0.5 seconds. That's kind of cool. We all know Agni needs a little buff. Cupid, so much stuff going on with Cupid. His cooldown on his heart bomb has been increased, but the radius when it does explode has been increased as well, so that's kind of balanced. His flutter now increases your attack speed in a different way. I don't think it increases it by any more, but it just increases it in a different way. His Fields of Love, now when fully charged with 8 hearts from your passive, it has the chance to, well, when activated, or when it explodes naturally, it mesmerizes for 3 seconds without any stats, 1.5 seconds. So I think they've sort of changed that around a little bit. I'm not too sure, but I think it used to be 2-second mes with maybe 2.5 seconds if activated. No, sorry, 2-second if activated, 2.5 second if it goes off naturally. Something along those lines. I don't play Cupid enough to really know, guys, but I mean, that seems alright. It seems pretty balanced. They're obviously trying to balance him out a bit because that's pretty cool. Isis was fine. She didn't need a buff. I actually can't explain to you guys how big a buff that is. It's fucking ginormous. 40% scaling. She's now got an extra 25% scaling from 30 to 40%. On her wind gust, so she's going to be swinging incredibly hard late game with her wind gust. So yeah, that's really going to hurt. I mean, it's not like the biggest fucking buff in the world, but I just don't think she needed a buff. I think she was strong enough as it was. I think she was balanced, but obviously she wasn't getting picked up enough in comparison to some of the other mages like Anubis and fucking Nox and Scylla and Vulcan and some of the other ones that we all know are very powerful. They obviously want to bring that in line, so I can see why they've done it. Her basic attack speed has been increased a little bit because my god was it slow. So that's kind of cool. And now she can't be hit while she's casting her fade away by minions, so that's not bad either. Nemesis got a huge nerf to her ultimate, which is great. So now she cuts off 40% of the target's current health. Wait, damage reduction from the target's current health. Yeah, okay, yeah. So she's going to be shredding a lot less than she used to, down from 50 to 40. So that's really good. Well, not a lot less, but you know, a considerable amount less. And the slow and movement speed decrease has now gone from 25 at all ranks to 15 at rank 1 and 2, and then level 13 to 20, and then also level 17. Is it 17 or 16? I think it's 17 to 20, and then eventually up to 25%. So that's good. They're sort of fucking around with that a little bit. I think that'll make her slightly more balanced because she was pretty strong in duel and a couple other sort of, you know, specialized circumstances. Rajin, thank God they fucking nerfed this guy because, you know, he wasn't getting picked that much, but I think that's just down to the fact that he's maybe not that fun to play. I don't know. Maybe that's bullshit. But yeah, either way, they've reduced his base damage on his Raju, which is the little thing he chucks out, which is good. And they've reduced the scaling on his Thunder Crash from 40% to 20%. That is going to hurt. If you play fucking Rajin, that is really going to hurt. I actually think, personally, it's a little bit too much. But you know what Lowers are like. They like to fucking fuck with stuff. They'll probably change that back up to 30% at some point, but that's really, really, really low. But yeah, we'll see. He certainly needed a nerf because my god, if he's in the right hands, if he's being played by somebody that knows how to play him, then he's incredibly strong. So yep, I think that was needed. That's good. And then Terra, this is a really weird one. They've done in her passive and they've also they've made changes to her passive, and they've also made changes to 3 of her abilities. Um, for some reason, none of this. Well, let's read through it. So they fixed an issue where the bonus damage was being calculated as true damage, but they've changed that to physical damage now, so you can protect against it a little bit. I'm not really, it makes sense that they do it, but it really ain't gonna make too much difference to the game. So yeah, that means nothing to us. Crushing Earth now no longer slows when enemies are between the 2 stunning stones, so it's gonna make her Crushing Earth even harder to land. That's actually quite an annoying fucking ability to try and land. So now it's going to be even more difficult to land. So if she wasn't a tank before, she's going to be even less of a tank now because she's going to be missing more of her stuns. The monolith root has gone down from 1.5 to 1. It just gets worse and worse, doesn't it, guys? I can't help but laugh. The monolith root's now gone down from 1.5 to 1 second, which is a really, really pretty minor root, unless you're in a huge fucking team fight. So yeah, now her monolith stuns or CCs for even less time. So if like I said, if she wasn't a tank before, she certainly isn't anymore. And her blessing has gone up from 110 at the first rank and then finishing on the 90 at the last rank, which is what it used to be on every rank. What do I have to say about this? Well, Terra really wasn't a tank before. She didn't have enough presence. She wasn't enough of an irritation to be like, oh fuck, it's Terra. She was just like, oh, she's gonna heal. That's the only annoying thing you can say about her. But she's a tank. She shouldn't really be healing anyway. Like, you've got Sylvanas, just leave it to him, man. Tanks aren't healers. Like, tanks are there to CC so that the other teammates can work off the back of it. They're also there to take a shitload of damage. I'm sure she can take plenty of damage, but she can't CC, man. These 2 abilities weren't great before, and now they're shit, in my opinion. And Monolith needed to be reduced. It lasts 10 seconds, guys. I can't explain to you how long 10 seconds is. If Ra puts out his heal, I think it lasts something like 5 seconds, right? Maybe 6 seconds at a push. This lasts 10 seconds and will literally heal you for like 40% of your health, sometimes 50% if she levels it early game. Which makes her into a healer, and people start putting points into it and stop putting points into Crushing Earth, and it just sort of becomes a bit of a mess. She doesn't know what she is. She thinks that she's a tank, but really she's a healer. She's a healer that can take damage. So yeah, it's a mess. I don't know why they've done that. She was already like fucked and sort of useless, and now she's just a little bit more useless. So yeah, anyway, that's what's going on with the patch notes. So some good changes, some really shit changes. Like why make Loki more raids? But good for other assassins. So can't just think of Loki, even though it is his only his main item that he picks up. I think the skins look okay. I think this is a bit boring considering the amount you have to pay for it. I think this is boring as hell as well, to be honest with you guys. I mean, if you're a Pokemon fan, excellent, cool. I think this looks sort of alright as well, but overall, 3.18, not really looking forward to it. Yeah, not really looking forward to it at all. The only thing I can say is that the global emote will be kind of cool, and the Chinese recall will be cool to see what that's like as well. Except for that, there's nothing I can really say, guys. It's a bad patch in my opinion. It's a bad patch, and they're fucking around with the game too much. And they're going to lose even more players. Like some of the pro players have started to leave. Like I think Oceans has left. It's like one of the most up and coming fucking hunters. And he's gone. I think he's gone to play Overwatch, along with plenty of other pro players as well. Which of course means the quality of the play drops, and if that's the case, then you get less people turning up. That's the less tickets sold, less money that they bring in. The less money they have, the harder it is to run a free-to-play game. And if they keep it up, Smite's going to die, which sucks because it is a fun game. But yeah, I mean, it's not difficult. Just listen to the community. Everybody's saying this Loki's needed a buff for the last, at least 10 months, and they've done nothing. They've literally done nothing. So it's a sinking ship. But if they don't want to do anything about it, then that's the way it is. Unless, while we're on a sort of negative note and how Smite's being a bit shitty these days, I'll quickly go into this. This looks cool. At first glance, it looks cool. It's a Jingtan Mountain event where basically you and 5 of your mates can have a chance to win some gems. Sounds awesome, doesn't it? The brackets are fucking a joke. First place, second to fourth place, fifth to eighth place, and finally ninth to 16th place. If you go look at the leaderboards right now and then cross examine that data with the pro team players, you'll notice that the leaderboard is just full of the pro players. Like I think Trix Tank is up there, along with probably about 10 other pro players, maybe more, maybe like 15 other pro players. And as soon as there's like some gems to be had as well, I'm sure they're going to come out and grab some free gems, because why wouldn't you? That's like, like 100 quid worth of gems right there. So, they're all going to be trying for it. And if they all try for it, then me and you have absolutely no chance of getting that. I mean, my guess would be that at least these three first tiers, first to eighth place teams, will be gone. They'll just be taken by pros. So, say goodbye to that chance already. 9th to 16th, I'd say you've got an incredibly slim chance of making it if you're really good at the game and you've been practicing that game mode at the Chintan's Mountain for the last week, then you've kind of got a chance. But really, you're going to be going up against people that are like grandmasters in, all the different like Conquest, Joust, Duel. You're going to be going up against those type of players, and they're not going to be easy to beat. And in my opinion, if 9th to 16th place hasn't been taken by the pros, then it'll be taken by the grandmasters. So yeah, I mean, it's just nothing. It's nothing for us. Low res have fucked the brackets. The bracket should have been first to fifth place get like 8,000 or whatever. Fifth to 20th place get some gems. 20th to 100th place get some gems. 100th place to 500th place get some gems. At least give us a chance, man, because you're not even talking about PC alone. You're talking about PC, Xbox One, and PS4. There's going to be thousands and thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people trying to do this, and it's a joke, man. No one's going to see any of this. Like, if you know somebody that even got in this bracket, it's going to be like a really huge achievement. So yeah, it's nothing. Don't even turn up, guys. That's my advice. If you're thinking about it on Saturday, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., don't turn up. Just spend those 4 hours, go outside, get some fresh air, or just play some fucking normal Smite. Have fun on Smite instead of playing a game mode, fucking working your ass off. That doesn't even account the one of your teammates must be streaming. Like, yeah, at least one player from the team must stream in order to play, in order to participate. So yeah, I mean, it's shit, isn't it? It's shit. So yeah, more fucking bullshit from low res pissing around doing their shit. What are you gonna do? So yeah, patch notes, that's covered. A charity event. Charity's always good. Maybe spend some fucking money in making the game a little bit better first. Some low res shitty fucking merch. I mean, it's just gonna have low res written all over it, so I'm not really sure if you guys are interested in even seeing that. I know I'm not interested. But yeah, anyway, that's been the patch notes. Slightly longer video than usual because we had to cover a couple other things that's going on in the world of Smite at the moment. But yeah, that's everything that's cracking. So yeah, enjoy your time on Smite this week. Definitely check out some of the new Odyssey stuff coming out next week because it's going to be cool. It's not the best, but it's going to be cool. Yeah, I'm just have a good time, boys. I mean, I can't say that I'm too excited for this patch, but it's something new. Let's just put it that way. Alright, guys. Yeah, I don't know what the next video is going to be. I might try and do a Smite Let's Play. We'll try one on maybe Conquest or Assault and put one of them up because I haven't done one in months. And just see if that gets any response at all. If anybody enjoys watching that, try and keep it short. A little bit like this video that I'm trying to keep short, but I keep fucking chatting. Alright, boys. We'll catch you in the next one. Alright, peace. Bye.